All right, there it is, Brett. It's
Okay.
showing up now.
All right. Sorry, guys. Thanks again, like Scott said, for your patience. I think this is the last slide that we were on right here.
One more. Keep going.
One more. This is rates.
That one.
Okay.
That's the one. Yep.
Okay.
That was the last slide. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about CPM and how search targeting is obviously the $7 CPM, and we'll get into this a little bit more at the end and exactly how this is broken down. But this is a rate card for all the sizes here for search retargeting, and it goes into the mobile there. And then there's retargeting for pre-roll, but that's going to be really way down the line. So right now we're just going to be focusing on the basic process and understanding keyword research and understanding just the first phase of the process, and understanding the understanding how to really sell this product and how to convey meaning and value to the client here. So, like I said, we'll talk about rates here in a little bit. Let's see if I can try to move forward here. Okay. So the keyword research, we're going to talk about the keyword research here in the Google Keyword Planner. I know that we had talked about this when we first had the digital coats of paint. One of our first ones was the recap that Lonnie had with keyword research, but we kind of want to go over it a little bit more again to make sure that everyone is familiar with the process. And I'm going to try to go somewhat quickly. I'm not going to try to spend a whole lot of time because we do have a lot of I want to talk to a couple people out there who've already sold this product, and I want to make sure that we can convey some sales dialogue behind it. So let's see.
Brett, I know our teams should have set up their own AdWord accounts. I know in the O&E office we did. If you haven't yet, and I know we've got a new person, Joanne, thanks for joining us this morning. I will help you get that set up as well if you don't have an AdWords account set up.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Obviously, you need the AdWords account to get in the keyword planner. And so let's see. This is still moving a little slow. So the first phase here, and I'm going to use the example for this client that we just were with. It's a complete battery source, and so the first way to gather keywords is by entering someone's website, and I'll show you this real quick on how to do that. A lot of things in it. So you want to copy the website of the client. Okay, so when just to back up a little bit here, so this is going to be the keyword planner. So you can go into Google, type in keyword planner, sign in with your AdWords account, and it's going to be find new keywords. Now, when you're looking up examples for the web page, it's going to be putting it right here on your landing page. So you put the URL with the landing page right here, and then we can also target by region, except I want to remove that right now because we're not looking at keywords. So we'll get ideas for what this website, what Google is suggesting this website, what this content is actually made up of in the website. Now you can see that this client, Complete Battery Source, they have everything to do with batteries. They have several locations in Brighton, Okemos, Ypsilanti. Right now we're focusing on the Okemos location, and we want to drive traffic to that location. they have everything to do with auto batteries, marina batteries, smartphone, anything to do with any type of battery. But we had talked to them about what their website was what their website was coming up as for suggested keywords in the Google Keyword Planner, and what their website content was actually made of in the back end. And this is a good way to understand what content and what Google's looking at as far as content is in the back end of a website on the Keyword Planner by putting in the website, by putting in your landing page and having it analyze your website and getting keyword ideas from that. And you can see right here that this website has a lot to do with dog tracking collars and anything to do with dog collars, batteries for dog, electric collars and dog leashes and all this stuff. And we went to him and talked to him about this, and he said that was intended for a reason, and that they're trying to rank, and they structured their website around these type of keywords and this type of segment. But this is a good idea to see what keywords are coming up and showing up for a website, and to see what Google's actually recognizing a website for. And that could be an open discussion for SEO. And I'll just show you how to download this real quick on keyword. Let me do this. Okay, so you hit download. So you want to see this in an Excel file so you can read this a little bit more easily. Just hit download over here, and then it's going to be segment statistics by month. You want to make sure you check that, and then AdWords editor CSV. Save file. Then it'll open up in Excel. And so it will give you an idea. It will give you an idea in Excel, and it'll lay everything nice here in a spreadsheet. So I'll show you what we're looking at right here. So by putting in the customer's website, having it being analyzed by the Keyword Planner, and then downloading the file for Excel, we can see that these are the ideas that Google's coming back with for analyzing their website. If we want to use either PPC, or we want to use, if they want to start ranking for SEO for keywords. So again, we brought up this discussion and told him what his keywords and what he was being ranked for, or what he was actually what Google was suggesting that he use for his website. These are actually what they're scraping, what Google's scraping on his website for keywords. There are also additional suggestions that they would have, that Google wants to have him use, since a lot of the content and everything on how his site is structured is based on dog collars and dog, the whole dog niche industry. He said it was intended that way, and that's how his site was set up, and that it was intentional. So, but you can go in here and analyze a website with this particular tool to see if, and bring this up in real time with a customer, to see if a customer is actually ranking for, or not ranking for, excuse me, I keep using that word, but if a customer is actually showing up in Google's eyes for the right keywords and the right segments that they want to be on for their website. So it'll analyze their website and give keyword recommendations for that. So in this particular instance, this is not really a good. We found that this wasn't really a good way to look at the batteries that we wanted to target, the keywords for the batteries that we wanted to target for this particular client. Says it's all coming back dog collars and electric fences and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you another way in how you can do keyword research for a particular client that wants to do search remarketing. Just really quickly right here, this J column is going to be the average monthly searches. It breaks it out by desktop, mobile, and tablet. So these are going to be the average searches that are coming back from the past year for keyword suggestions. So I'm going to show you here on how to do keyword research on for keyword ideas and getting keyword ideas for a particular client and for their particular segment. Again, that way on how to analyze and get keyword suggestions from a website. If you see a website's ranking more for keywords that they would not like to be ranked for, or not ranked for, keep using that. Excuse me. If those keywords are coming back, in Google and they're not keywords that you would want to use in a website, or if those are keywords that you don't want to see in their website or they don't want to see in their website, then that might be a good discussion for SEO. Again, that's those keywords coming back from putting in the website is just seeing what Google recognizes their website is showing up for keywords. So that's what Google is recommending based on what the content's made up, how the structure is made up. So now if we want to go into this particular client again and look at for batteries, the type of batteries that we could use for a search marketing campaign, Google will give us an idea of the keywords that we can use. So we want to target the Okemos location. So we put in, for this particular instance, in the product or service, we just put batteries to get a general idea of batteries searches that are going to be coming back from a particular location. So we go to targeting, and we go to advanced search. So now we can target by country, city, or region. There's going to be some zip codes. You can target zip codes, but there's going to be some zip codes that it won't allow you to target. So you might have to go by county. So right here, he wants to focus on his Okemos location. So I have Ingham County, Michigan. Going to save.
I mean, what's nice there, Brett, too, is that the system is kind of also a little bit intuitive. So it's going to give you some suggestions of areas too, right? I mean, you can kind of expand that a little bit and get some further information. So.
Yep. So now, just in that Okemos location in Ingham County. Now you got to check now again because see, for some reason it didn't save that. So you're going to have to go into advanced search. Maybe this is here again. I don't know why. Save. Okay. Okay, now we can see these are going to be the ad groups. Really, they're just categorizing the different keywords and they're segmenting them into groups, which they call, ad groups for if we're going to be doing this for PPC. But this is really just a, Google Keyword Planner is there for many things. It's primarily there for PPC and what we're doing, search remarketing. So they segment things up really nicely. If you want to, if they're expecting you to use it as PPC and using ad groups, but in this case we're just using it to get keywords for search remarketing. So I'm going to be going here and I'm going to hit download like I did last time. Make sure that you segment statistics by month, AdWords editor, CSV. Okay. Get the I column over and the J column here. So that's going to be the average searches. And then the rest of these columns are going to be what it's been looking like the past. This is going to be an average for what it's been looking like the past. So July 2014, August 2014. But the total is going to be an average from the past year. So now we have all these keywords that we can see that in the Okemos location, people are searching for per month. So lithium batteries 10, lithium battery 10, rechargeable lithium batteries, and literally there's hundreds of keywords now that people are searching for, and we can use this in a display campaign and target people with keywords. I think once people realize the power behind this and what we're actually getting for the money, is that this is like PPC, we are using keywords, but it also has a display element, like what Scott was talking about before, where we're using Media Math and using all those sites. And literally, to give you an idea, we use lithium batteries. So someone in the Okemos location, there's roughly 10 searches a month in the Okemos location for someone searching the exact phrase lithium batteries. So now within the next 3 months, since we're using a 3-month campaign in the Okemos location, we're going to be, for the next 3 months, anytime that someone searches lithium batteries in the Okemos location, over this 3-month period, we've chose to have an ad come up around those sites when somebody searches for lithium batteries over the next 3 months for that particular person, and whatever on those sites that people are actually going to be visiting and going to be retargeted on based on a web search. So we're literally going to, per keyword, going to hit someone 15 times in 1 month with those ads, and they're going to be retargeted from those display ads just by searching lithium batteries. And there's literally hundreds of keywords here that we've used. So we have the count. Let's see. There's about 650 keywords right there. So we're going to show you how to actually break these up, because you can use the idea that you can actually use different keyword groups for different ad creatives. If somebody asked, well, since I have all these keywords, can I actually create different ads for different groups of keywords and have it, go to a different place, or have it go maybe to the same web page? Yes, you can do that, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later and how that works, on how to maybe break this up a little bit. And that's for something Scott and I were talking about that we can actually help you with, because we have to sort and filter some of these keywords. That did take us a little bit of time to figure out how to do that. But I'm not trying to get in the weeds too much here.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions on this process too, please reach out to Brett and I. We can help you walk through. We can help you, with this. Whether it's just pulling a keyword list, or whether it's doing some sorting, things like that, we can help you out.
Okay, so my cursor disappeared there for a second. So those are the 2 ways on how to do it here. We really got to go over this a couple more times to really show you guys. But I do want to get Dean on, because we've been working together, and we've really literally understood this from the very beginning. We've talked to Lonnie about all this. I just want to go over a few more slides, and we can start having the talk to Dean and have an open discussion. So after we get the keywords from the Excel sheet, and we have an roughly idea of the keywords that we do want to target, and again, I would suggest bringing your computer to the client and actually showing him this process, because when done properly and actually done, just going over there and showing him the keyword planner and doing the advanced target and putting in keywords, this really it causes the whole direction of the dialogue with the client to change. They see that in real time, that those are so many batteries that you're getting in the keyword planner that's happening, and they can see this in real time. We can target in real time. We can put and remove keywords in real time, and they're seeing it straight from Google, a Google tool, and that's extremely powerful, and it adds a lot of credibility. And it starts to make sense to people when you can show them real life examples with your computer. And literally every time that we've gone in the past week and gone into a prospect's door, we've literally gone out, basically with a contract. And it's because bringing the computer and explaining this to them, just the basic concept that Dean will talk about here in a second. But without getting a little bit more technical, and I know we're kind of getting close for time, there are 2 request forms that you have to fill out when you go through this process. And actually the back-end process of this is a little bit more technical. The sell process is actually pretty easy, but the back-end process, and Scott and I can help you with that, we have to do a keyword request form, which actually has the market code, the advertiser name. So for us it'd be Livingston Daily. Let me open this up a little bit larger. So the keyword request form, market code, the advertiser name, complete battery source, budget. They want the traffic for an ad ops Jeannie Tafoya. She wrote me an email saying we do need the keyword request form also with the monthly and total budget and impressions. So with this one, we have actually split out 3 different creatives for under one search marketing campaign. But basically, it'd work like this for just, if you're going to have one creative and one campaign. You just want to have the total budget or the monthly budget, and then the impressions, and then the total. So we're doing this for 3 months. So that'd be the total of the 1680 and the 240 impressions for 3 months, and the start date, end date, and then you literally just copy and paste the keyword list from Excel into this form, and then you send it out to Jeannie Tafoya. We're going to go a little bit more in the next session on what this looks like in Order Hub. Currently, we're in the process of getting an ID confirmation back that we need to put into Order Hub, and so we'll show you how that goes in the next process with Order Hub. So we're currently in that process, and we'll show you how that looks once we get that back. And then we also have a pixel request form. So basically, it's the same thing. You just put in your market city name, and then advertiser name, campaign end dates, and then this is the pixel. So you want to have the landing page where where the ad will be directed to. You put the landing page URL in there. And then you want to request a pixel or request conversion pixel that will allow for tracking. So all you do is just request conversion pixel and then put yes at the bottom of that. And then also send that to Jeannie Tafoya. She'll send that to Central Ad Ops, and then she'll get you your ID that you can put into Order Hub. But again, we'll go over all this whole process because it gets a little technical. But really what we want to talk about is how to sell this, how to sell search remarketing. And Dean, I wanted Dean to talk about this because Dean is super passionate about this, and he has been basically 3 for 3 out there for right now with this product. And it is something that's super easy to convey, one done properly. And Dean, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. So Dean, if you could just talk a little bit about some of the strategy that you have, or not even strategy, but some of the lyrics that you have for everyone on search remarketing, and kind of what you talk about when we're going into a client door, and just the conversation that we have with search remarketing.
Okay. Now that everybody got the crap scared out of you by you, Brett, telling everybody how bad this works.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Thanks a lot, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, guys, it's a complicated back end of this program, but I mean, this whole process that Brett went through with all of the retargeting, the keywords, and so forth, I mean, literally takes 5 minutes before you walk into a client's office just to be a little bit prepared. And actually, without the pat on the back, this is just something that I ran into another client with this battery company. CBS had a proposal into them, and they shot me the proposal. And I immediately went back to Brett with this. We looked it over, and I mean, literally just light bulbs went off as to what we could possibly do with this kind of type of programming. Battery Store from CBS also had another portion in their proposal from them, which is called fencing. And fencing is where you can literally put a fence around a competitor's, basically a store on a block, the whole block that he's on there, and anybody walking into that store there, you can literally shoot an ad from a competitor onto their smartphone, assuming their smartphone's on a browser or an app open. So It's really cool stuff. But I mean, as we were looking over this, it's now turned into, I've met with 4 clients in the last 10 days, and all 4 I signed up for this program. I mean, it was literally 4 for 4. It's a no-brainer. And why it is you're literally putting, you're sitting at your computer, you do a search for whatever. Let's just keep using this battery example. Somebody searches for a lithium battery. Literally, Google has obviously tagged that, tagged that search, and that customer, while they're ready to buy, is going to be hit in the next 30 days. Sometimes it might even be that day. Sometimes it might be, a little bit later on, with 10 to 15 times with that person's ad for whatever he was searching for. How the battery store differed and what we kind of learned is the batteries store wanted to run 3 different campaigns, as Brett was saying, off of 3 different keyword searches there, and they wanted to shoot 3 separate campaigns. And as I'm thinking about this, I wouldn't recommend doing this. I would just stay with one keyword group. And we're trying to get doors to open and phones to ring for these customers, and the more people that you can send these messages to, the better, instead of dividing them off into individual campaigns. It's also created a nightmare on the back end booking these, but whatever, we're getting through this, and we're going to show everybody how to do this. But my whole premise with this was, we went back to the office, I looked over this thing, the light bulb starts going off, and I'm going, wow, this is really a powerful tool where we literally can get the customer's message right in front of the person while they're doing the search. And it was just, to me, it's a no-brainer. And so if you take that attitude, and I don't want to tell everybody to forget what just happened here in the last 20 minutes looking at all the keywords and the back end of this, it really is a lot more simple process than it looks. It's a matter of understanding it. But the key to selling a program like this is literally what I just said. You are literally taking whatever that customer's keywords are for whatever products that they have, and you're putting it right in front of the customer when they are doing a search for the product. That's why this thing is so effective. We're going to see as these campaigns start going off here. Like I said, I met with 4 people and closed all 4 of them within the last 10 days. So all of the budget for these type of clients is going to all depend on the number of keyword searches that are pulled and the number of keywords that there are of how many people are searching for this product. So the budget has to be kind of...
Yeah, I was just going to talk about the budget.
What's that?
I was just going to talk about the budget and how to translate that to the customer, because when we first went in Complete Battery Source, we wanted to make sure that we had that verbiage right, and we kind of corrected ourselves with that. So if you could talk about the budget a little bit and how to convey that to the customer, because I think you've really got it nailed down now.
Okay, with the budget aspect, this is why before you go in there, you find out that they're excited about it, you set it up, and then you come back and then you start doing the keyword research on this thing. Now, if a keyword research, because we sell it at $7 per 1,000 on a retargeting campaign like this, if a search pulls up about 5,000 people have searched for whatever product that you put in the keyword there, then what you're going to do is 5,000 times 7, I mean, literally it's 35. I mean, it's a campaign. There's a $500 minimum to do this particular kind of this process here for this particular kind of product. So you have to get a $500 minimum. So I always use, and I have been using, whether true or not, Google, because we're a Google partner, Google really recommends that we shoot that same client or that same customer 10 to 15 times a month that ad, because the more it's in front of them, the better chance they have to convert or buy that product as time goes on. So whatever that search number is that pulled back, let's just say it was 5,000 on that particular keyword, all you do then is take a 10 or a 15 times that number. So if it's 10,000 or if it's 10 times you want to do it, you got a total pull of 5,000 times 10. So now you're looking at 50,000 impressions for the month going out to those 5,000. Each person gets it 10 times, or each person gets it 15 times. So you can always drive the budget to wherever you need to have it. When you do the keyword search, and what we're finding out, when you only use the URL address of the client's website, the search results tend to be a little bit lower. You can go back into Google and literally, I mean, you want to relate everything possible to that person's business. Right now, I just closed a flower store yesterday on this, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, here, let's use his URL. We'll pop it in the keywords, and it came out with 2,800 or 3,000 in Livingston County only. And I'm thinking, oh, geez, I got to get more keywords. Even if I did it 15 times per person, that's still only 45,000 impressions. And again, you're doing at $7 a CPM, that's a $280 or $300 a month program. So I need to get these keywords up. So now I'm thinking a flower shop. Let's see, funeral parlors, weddings, proms. All of these will relate to his business, and it starts just really shooting the numbers up. Google will recommend what to do, but you can also add more keywords like that to get that budget to really wherever you want to. On the hair salon style place that we just closed, Brett and I are in the process of doing that right now. They ran a $1,500 a month digital display campaign last year, and after she told us that right in the office, we were just had the assumption we were going to charge her about $700 or $800 is what I led her in to believe when we first walked in there. And she told me that, and I immediately said, well, this one's going to be a lot cheaper because it's only going to be about $1,200 a month, but we can target better. And she just acquired it right there and just looked at me and went, oh, well, yeah, $1,500 last year. So, I mean, you can pop in whatever number you want to by how many searches come back. And the more words you use, the higher the thing's going to get. So that's how you can control the budget. What I want to recommend to Scott and to Brett is on the spreadsheet, because it's very complicated, and it is, to put a price tag in front of a client when you got to think in front of a client of what this is going to cost. It's confusing, and maybe we can put on the Excel spreadsheet there when we're sitting in front of the client pulling up all the keywords, a math tool basically and here's what this search is going to be times 10 or 15 a month. It comes to 120,000 times our $7 CPM, and bam, and the price is just going to kick out. It was a problem, the first client that we did that with, because we were all confused with how to price it out properly. But by doing that, it might solve all those issues. But my point was, the key to this program to me was, I walk into the client. I walked in yesterday to a HVAC person. I literally sold them in 10 minutes in there, because I told them anybody who's going to be searching right now for a furnace or for heaters or for anything coming up into the season, we're going to hit them with an ad within 24 hours to over the next 30 days, and your name's going to be appearing on them wherever they are on the network. We had a slide on there that had 40, 50, 60 different websites. Guys, there's 100,000 websites that they can go to. So, you know, all you have to tell the client is no matter where this person who did the search is on the internet, or with an app open. That's what else is added here. You can be in a browser or with an app open. They will receive those ads coming back to the whatever platform they're on too. Desktop, laptop, whatever, mobile, whatever it is. So the effectiveness of this campaign is just huge. And if everybody just grasps, oh my God, so the minute you do a search for this product, you're going to be hit with that client's ad immediately, and over 15 times over the next 30 days. Light bulbs just start going off in their head. And the reason why I felt that this program was excellent, nobody out there is doing this. We kind of spun it off from the CBS proposal, but we went a little bit different direction. You really don't want to get into fencing off clients, fencing off blocks. It really lowers the total searches down by doing that. And most businesses don't have the web traffic to target recite anyway. So we went kind of a different direction with this. But I think I'll stop talking here. But it's once everybody grasps how it works and why it will help that client, you can see, and I can see now, we're all salespeople, and we know that there's ups and downs, and I might be in an up right now with this, but it's very ironic that I presented this 4 times and got 4 people closed on it. I mean, literally, you can close them right in their office, as opposed to most of the other digital where, here's my proposal, I'll call you back in a couple days. The hell with that. Bring this key tool right in there, set it up right in front of them, have your digital specialist, either Brett or Scott, with you, and bam, you can really get this thing closed right there. And it really is effective, but you got to be totally understanding of how this works, any question asked, and just watch the client's face because they just light up knowing, oh my God, if somebody searched for me, they're going to get an ad back immediately. Yep, and 15 times over the next 30 days. That's how effective this is. So I'm going to shut up. I talk too much.
No, it's good.
I mean, I'll be more than happy to talk with anybody, but I mean, Brett's been a huge help with this. Please, guys, don't worry about the back end procedure of entering all this stuff. We're all going to get through this. It's complex, but with the help of Scott and Brett, it's easily done. We're in the process of this first campaign kicking off now. I tell people I want them to be onto a 3-month program. You can sell this for 1 month if you want to. The price can be $500 a month if you want to. And all of a sudden, we've got a very competitive and a very unique marketing tool that nobody in the marketplace is using right now. And we can look very advanced for what we're doing right now. And we can really, literally hone in on the client's perfect person searching for their product with this. But like I said, with the first half hour of the presentation, don't be nervous about all the spreadsheets and all the pixel requests and the conversion pixels and all this stuff. That's after the sale. Get the sale. Then we can figure out how to do all this on the back end we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry if I made that. It is a little bit on the back end. It's a little bit more technical, but really, it's once you get through it, and I'm here, Scott's here, Dean's here. We're all here to help you. Right. And this is really, once you get down the concept of it, and once we start doing this a couple more times and we get through the process, it's going to start becoming more second nature. And that's all we want to do, is we want to get it to become second nature. So once that happens, we get it. We go out on your first appointment, bring your computer. Scott's going to help you, and he, just let Scott do his thing and do the keyword research right in front of the client. Like I'm saying, that really changed everything. When I sat down, opened up the computer, like Dean said before, we had a competitor's proposal there, and they literally just either walked in or shot them that proposal without any explanation on how this actually. How any of this actually happens, or not even happens, but what the keywords were. And we told them we're going to come in with keywords, we're going to show you the keywords that we're going to use, and it completely changed. He was at the point where he really didn't want to hear anything. He was already leaning towards the competitor when we sat down, and he was tailor-making his campaign, because that's really what it does, is you start tailor-making the campaign with the client, and the client realizes, hey, I can actually tailor-make this right in front of me as someone's sitting down, and I can choose the keywords, choose how much I want to spend, within that $500 minimum, but then I can actually choose or add on, or I can include more areas and more keywords, and you can do that in real time in front of the client, and that is immensely valuable to where now the client actually has some options, and they can tailor-make something in front of their eyes. So that's really the point to where I think it all changed, and then light bulbs started going off on our head on, wow, we can really this is a really powerful product, and we really kind of underestimated this until we started researching a little bit more, started talking to Lonnie. It truly is a really powerful product, and I would say 9 times out of 10 this needs to be included within every proposal that you have out there, because
hey, Brett.
Yeah,
Brett, I'm sorry for interrupting. As a salesperson, if Scott or Brett is sitting in front of that client with the computer open, with the spreadsheets, pulling keywords, guys, just focus on your client and start interjecting what it means to them as that's coming up. So the thing that I'm talking about is a keyword came up, they're looking, yeah, let's do that. I would sit there and interject to the client. I said, dear, Miss Client, can you believe that if somebody searches for whatever, waxing at a hair salon, that person's going to get that ad over the next 30 days 15 times, or maybe even the next 24 hours, because it's really, they're being sent out in real time. So, and all of a sudden, all you're doing the whole time is injecting a sales presentation in between when Scott or Brett is sitting in front of that client and lifting up all that stuff. Pulling all the keywords, so you can really just continue to sell it, and just kind of like a sizzle to the steak. You're just saying, God, Miss Klein, can you imagine somebody Googling your product and bam, your store is going to be right in front of that person immediately. That's why this thing is so effective.
And it's in real time.
Right.
Yeah. And
Dean, if I can add something to that too, guys.
Yeah.
We do talk about retargeting, and retargeting is based on, typical retargeting is based on someone visiting a website and then that ad follows them later. This doesn't have anything to do with that. They don't have to visit that person's website first. It's all based on the keywords. So for example, the sales reps and I, Darnell, we went out and pitched retargeting to someone, but found out that his monthly unique visitors were pretty low. Retargeting wouldn't have been a good option for him. There just wouldn't have been enough impressions, and budget-wise, this is different. We could have talked with him about this because we're basing it on the keywords. So again, it's another option. If you know someone's website is just not getting that kind of traffic, this is a great way to help them not only build traffic, but it's also using the impressions based on the search terms.
Absolutely.
So Scott, that was just an excellent point, and I'll add there, most of the other companies are doing what Scott just said. They're a site retarget. This is nothing to do with site retargeting. This is literally remarketing search results, and it's a whole different process, but it's so much more effective. Most websites don't have that kind of traffic for a site retarget, but this is literally a search remarket, and it really is much more effective.
And just to add on that too, like PPC, we're using keywords, but and I'm not going to downplay PPC because it has its place and it has its purpose. Search remarketing that's different from PPC. It's a combination of both worlds. You're getting display and you're using Google also. So Google is coming back with literally all their recommendations and even more that probably goes past, and some we would want to filter out. But they're giving us above and beyond everything that's in their program that's related to searches, and just by one or two searches, they're giving literally back hundreds of ideas. So ideas that we wouldn't even, or that the client might not even think of. We're literally going into the minds of searchers and coming back with empirical data provided by Google that actually shows the minds behind their client search, their ideal client search. And so we're getting above and beyond any keywords that one person or even 5 people or 10 people could ever come up with, because it's coming directly from Google, and that's what they're recommending. So we're literally getting hundreds and hundreds of keywords. And unlike PPC, we probably, we get about, a half dozen ad groups, and within those ad groups, we might get into 10 to 20 keywords, and we're getting on, optimally getting on the first page of Google and getting to a landing page. But we literally have 3 or 4 to 5 times the amount of keywords that we can use in this product. It's literally 5 times the amount of keywords versus PPC. And the budget is right there with PPC, or it can be technically even cheaper. So to get that type of exposure with all those keywords and getting on all those sites, and you're getting in front of someone who's already searched for that keyword, and you're pointing back a relevant ad that they've already looked for that's based on that search, and you're getting all those searches that Google recommends above and beyond what anyone could ever think of. Really those concepts are what you should be conveying to the client and saying, we're getting hundreds and hundreds of keywords, and we're coming back with a search marketing campaign that's being displayed over, thousands of sites on within our media math, within our Gannett properties, going back onto those websites and pointing back to your website. So we're literally blanketing a whole area that's your ideal prospect online using the power of Google. So those things are just extremely powerful to say, in front of a client.
And everybody grasp the concept of this. It's $500 a month minimum, so you've got a budget to work with people that is not in the thousands. Smaller companies can do this. But the thing is remember, nobody else is selling this right now out there, or 1 or 2 people. So as far as competition or competitors are going, you're the one in the market. And when you start presenting things like this to the public and to these clients, they're going to look at us in a whole different light of, wow, this is really advanced marketing. They really aren't. They're not. Nobody's out there selling this stuff right now. We just happen to stumble on this and, like I said, put this thing together, and it really is incredible. We got another proposal delivery today at 1:00 for a construction company. Now we sent them a huge proposal with SEO, with PPC, with some email targeting, and then I just emailed them back yesterday and said, I got another new marketing plan I want to present to you. Teased them a little bit with what it is. They literally came back at me and said, here, let's meet tomorrow. So, which is today at 1. So Brett and I are going in with this client under the same thing, only this client has money to spend, so I guarantee I'll have enough keywords and enough search polls in there where I can knock this up to a $1,500 a month budget times 3, which is what I would tell people. Do it for 3 months. And you can also change the campaigns each month. So you can focus on different products that they offer and send it out to the same search results. So anyway, I'm done. Bye.
Well, keep in mind here too, though, and I just want to mention this real briefly. Here's the thing. I think we've sold our team. I think now we just got to get there and sell our customers. But I do want to bring up, if you do change your creative, you do need to get a new pixel created, because that pixel will be associated with the ad that you create. So Brett, you brought up a point, Dean, that I just want to let you guys know. Like, so if you do decide to change creative from month to month, you will need to put in a new pixel request, and we'll work with you on that. We will help you. But it's 8:56. I know we've gone over time, but this is a great opportunity for us to talk with people. You know, good information. It's funny because, like, while we were doing this, I got an email that Steve Kemp and I are working with someone who I think would be a perfect candidate for this, and he's a beauty salon. So I just sent him back a message to say, hey, I've got some ideas I want to run by you. Let's talk later. So again, guys, this really opens the door for some opportunities for us. So again, thanks for everybody for joining us. Brett, what do you think? Is we want to wrap this up now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of go on the next session? Okay.
Yeah, we're over time, but I mean, really, if you just a few selling points, and all you have to do is bring the computer in, and it literally sells itself. I mean, it really does. I mean, I don't know why. Once you convey the idea, and once it comes back by, and you can show how powerful it is and how much value there is behind it, it really sells itself. And it's really exciting, and you can see people get excited right in front of you, and then you get excited because you know that they've got it, and you know that they're pretty much just, you know, right on the verge of saying yes and getting that contract. So all it is just, you know, sitting down and having Scott open the computer, and you guys go through there, and literally you can tailor make the campaign. And that's what's exciting for a client, you know, that they can sit there with you and say, yeah, I like to target that area. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, I didn't know people were searching for that. Oh, yeah, that would like to include those keywords. And then you really become, you know, you get in a good, you have a good affinity. You start growing your affinity with the client, and they can start seeing it. And, I mean, at that point, they're already ready to go, you know. And so, I mean, it's extremely valuable and powerful. And then once you convey the idea, it sells itself. So,
guys, real quick, bottle that enthusiasm, take it and own it for yourself today. The only way you're going to get traction and learn is if you walk away today, now, and use this information and use this great product that we have. We are unique, and you guys can have a great conversation. Start talking about it today. Start stumbling through your lyrics. If you're uncomfortable, it's okay. It's going to mean you're going to be better tomorrow. Or call one of your teammates and kind of role play with them over the phone as you're driving to an appointment, and get your enthusiasm built up. And then when you get to your clients today, or you're speaking with them over the phone, tell them, hey, we've got this great new product. I really want to tell you about it. You know, when we meet, when can we meet as soon as possible? Because, you know, we've got to get on board before everybody else does. So whatever it is that makes you learn and helps you engage and makes you execute on our new digital path here, go do it. Go do it. Do it today. Start today. Don't leave this training without using this information, please. So go prep an account, get a Google AdWords account, so you can get into the AdWords and the analytics and all that, and get going. So awesome job, you guys. I'm sold. I'm buying. So hopefully everybody else is too. So get out there and have fun today. It's a beautiful day.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.